Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you are loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for your support. Thank you so much for all that you do for this community to keep growing. Today, we will talk about this whole Africans were pagans before the Europeans stepped in and brought Christianity. All right, because this is the narrative out there that we were pagans, right? We knew nothing about God. We knew nothing about divinity. We knew nothing about the spirit. We were only people who were eating ourselves, devouring each other, so dirty. And the white man had to come and save us. And that's why even the so-called the picture is a white man's picture, right? So to just tell us how superior the white man have been in some short time, right? And I get some Africans, a lot of Africans, the so-called Christianity, the ones that claim that the thing is on their head. When you talk, they tell you that there are Africans were our ancestors were practicing witchcraft. They were doing demonic practices even till now. Someone left a comment even at the section one time like, even till now, if not because of Christianity that came, even till now, there are people that are still devouring people in the village. There are old people that are still doing this. Is there any society? Is there any group of people that you wouldn't find something bad in? Because there are some few that practice demonic practices. Does not mean everybody is demonic. Because there are some group that are bad, does not mean everybody is bad. It doesn't mean that. And sometimes even there was a time that this whole we push ourselves to the wall too much. That the devil in us comes out. That person that you say practices evil was good. One thing led to another is not an excuse. One thing led to another, that person became what he or she is today. Why? Because of the wickedness of even me and you. We that claim that we are not even practicing all these things, we are not doing this to our brother, we are not killing this person, I have not killed, I have not done this. Some of the things we do with our mouth to our fellow human being is even beyond going to carry something and kill them. We use our mouth to push people into frustration, and the evil in them comes out. Anyway, it's even left for the person to be allowed to be pushed to that level. You get the point. We have goodness in us enough. We have evil in us enough. That person that is evil can be good. It depends on decision. That person that is good can be evil. It depends on decision. Now, what do you want your life to be like? This is the question. Not to say that Africans are the demons. The ritual practices and occultic whatever that these people practice, it's not even have you heard of it? But they come to just tell you, you see, my pain is that they only want to make it look like Africans are demonic people. This is just it. And that's what I'm here to debunk. It's not true. In the whole world, we have people that are good, we have people that are bad. And these good people can still be bad. And these bad people can still be good. That's the point I'm making. So let's listen to Bishop and
But history tells us that as Africans, we were pagans. Before Christianity was brought to Africa, we were worshipping demons and witchcraft and all these things. Is that true?
All African, when you pick up the book, by the way, there's a chapter I put there for African names of God in the African space. And when you get to that chapter, you discover that African traditional religions are all monotheistic. Unkulunkulu, Umvelinqangi, Mudimu, Ramasedi, Mngari, Gainyame, Onkopon, all those names. They don't talk of a plural God. When the white men found an African kneeling under a tree in prayer, they said he's worshipping a tree. There's no African religion that teaches Africans to worship their forefathers and their ancestors. Ancestors are a historical connecting cable to the creation that happened before we became. Therefore, I am Joshua, the son of Lazarus. Lazarus, who is the son of Marara. Marara, who is the son of Maponga. Maponga, who is the son of Munyuki. Munyuki, the son of Muchena. Muchena, the son of Nduma. Son of Nokwara. Son of Chapinduka. Son of Mwenemtapa. Son of Tobera. Son of Murenga. From the great kingdoms of Guruswa in Embo, the sons of Nangashe were in Ethiopia now. Who are the sons of Ham in your Bible? The sons of Cush, the sons of Adam, the sons of God. Now, when you understand that our ululations of our African genealogy is not worshipping ancestors, but recognizing those who were here before us, connecting us to the one who made us before we became. Then you say in African worships ancestors. There's no African religion. There's no African spirituality that teaches you to worship your forefathers. It simply says, call on them. And by the way, there's no African prayer that does not end before you say, please tell the one who created you to deal with this problem. Therefore, it's what we call sacred history interpreted in European construct. When an African calls his forefathers, just like a Jew says God of Isaac, God of Jacob, God of Abraham, and etc. An African, and by the way, white people don't know the Bible. Because they don't have ancestors, they don't have surnames, they don't have totems. When they say Jesus of the tribe of Judah, they don't know that the Jesus is Mtaung. So we cannot help them. Because even the construct of the text itself challenges their culture, which they don't have. When your brother dies, please go and marry the wife. A white man does not know how to do that. But in African, it's culture. What we now believe as Christianity mchana is European culture. Hey, umtanami, ngiyakaphume lapha endlini engafakanga ingubo emhlophe. My daughter will not leave this house until she's putting on a white dress. Because the mother now thinks that a white wedding is superior to a black wedding or a cultural wedding. So here we are in Sandton right now, 300,000 young boys and girls sleeping with each other, 2-3 children later, because they can't afford 250,000 to go and hire Aventura or Avante for a wedding, to do a white wedding. Are we practicing Christianity? Or this religion we have accepted, this Jesus we are talking about and this God we are talking about will not accept a black man until he becomes white first. Then God can deal with him. Because if you bring your traditional drum into the church, Jesus will run through the door. Because he does not understand this. If you come dressed up like a Zulu into a church, the elder will find a tie for you and a jacket so that Jesus does not get traumatized. These are the realities we need to start talking about as Africans. That are we saying what we've accepted as Christianity is Christianity, or it is actually European culture? Then you ask me. And I'll tell you that 60 to 80% of Christian practices is European culture. A man who gives you herbs to drink is a witch. A man who aborts your wife and takes the fetus to make tablets and give you back to drink is a doctor. And your government says this is a witchcraft act. It's not witchcraft as a noun. It's witchcraft as a question. Witchcraft are you using?
I'm getting nervous because that stick keeps pointing at me and I've got a feeling it can end up hitting me if I say the wrong thing. In the book you say the white God does not hear black prayers unless we are presented in a European way. What do you mean? Because we've been praying all our lives.
Because the African child is not at liberty to present himself before the white God without changing his culture first. Then we understand that Christianity has to do with the sodomizing of the African culture. Because when an African approaches God as an African, Jesus cannot accept them. Therefore, religion is founded on cultural transformation, economic transformation, political transformation, fashion transformation, pharmaceutical transformation, spiritual transformation. Because as an African, God cannot deal with you, Mlapo. If you come out as a Tswana in your Tswana underwear with a stick on your shoulder and you walk up to church, half of the church will run through the door. But they cannot deal with the African until he has been to Edgar's and Markham's and got himself a tie and a jacket to be accepted. When I make those comments, I'm saying we must be careful that when we buy bread, we don't swallow the plastic also. Eat the content, but the packaging of the gospel. But the way, while we are on that, let me be very clear that Christianity is colonialism. Because had the Muslim been here before Christians, ask me what you will have been. Talk to me. Go to Egypt if you don't know. Go to Kenya if you don't know. Go to Tanzania if you don't know. Go to Malawi if you don't know. The populations are Muslims. Why? Because the colonialists who came had the same complexion, the religion they brought. So don't tell me I'm a Christian. Say I'm a colonized Christian. Well, that's what it is all about. Had Allah been here and Muhammad before Jesus was, you'll have been saying Allah Akbar and equally convinced that there is only one God but Allah. And I love Muslims, by the way. If you believe that when you die, you go to heaven, the Muslim says, can I kill you and we go together? Then the Christian is always not ready to die.
We have heard that, and this is just the truth before our eyes, and a lot of us are shying away from it. A lot of us are scared to accept a teaching that we think is foreign to us, because we don't want to die and go to hell. A lot of other factors that have made us outrightly reject the truth that is beginning to be open before our eyes. It's quite unfortunate that we are in the state we are today, but the truth still remains that the level of colonization the process that we went through is not something that we are just going to wake up one day and say, okay, now I now know the truth. Now I'm ready to denounce this and follow the path that I am to follow as an African, as a black person. It's not easy. It's not easy. I seated here today. It wasn't easy. Even though mine was somewhat like a divine intervention, right? Because the moment I said no to that, all right, the moment I said no to religious life, um, the process started from within. Like it was something I knew already before, and it was like just me saying no, I'm not doing again was just the turnaround for me, and a lot started coming to light. I started questioning everything, but still, it was a process. So I am not expecting that we just jump out and say, okay, yes, this is it. Take your time. Listen to yourself. Listen to the you that is in you, because religion is always part of everything. If today we decide to say, okay, no, I'm not going to live my life by these religions. I'm going to live my life by who I was first. Who am I before religion, right? When we begin to ask this question and go back to see where we went wrong, why did our life become like this? What did we do that is against the rule? How did we fall short? And what can we do to put ourselves together? Nobody is coming to save you. If you think there's someone coming to save you, this is a personal journey. This is a journey that you have to make the decision yourself. Nobody is saving you. You are the savior of yourself. If you want to save yourself, you make the effort. If you don't want to save yourself, you remain where you are and keep believing that somebody out of you is coming to save you. This is a 30. So leave your thoughts there at the section. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Always your majesties. Bye.